Well, hello and welcome to Living Healthy 24. Today we have got a very special guest with us who is gonna clear all the questions on the coronavirus because the time is very hard. People are really very scared and they are really very confused what exactly is going on. The complete information is not there in over the in the internet, or the people are really unaware about the reality, what exactly and how to keep ourselves safe from this coronavirus. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have got a very special guest with us, Dr. Subhashish Roy. He is a consultant pediatrician, Columbia Asia Hospital of Calcutta, and he is a national trainer of pediatrician asthma. So, let's welcome Dr. Subhashish Roy.
Thank, thank you so much.
Thank
Very
you.
good evening.
Very good
And
evening,
thanks
sir.
for your kind words.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sir, most welcome to our Living Healthy 24. The motto of our show is to spread the awareness in the people because the people are very scared. So, first of all, I would love to know, that why do some people have mild symptoms and other die from coronavirus? What exactly the difference between these two things?
And that is a multifactorial because it depends on lot of factors. One is your age. Second thing, your inbuilt immunity. And third, whether you are suffering from some other disease or not. Like if you are younger, then the chance of mortality of or dying from this disease is much less because complications out of coronavirus is much less in children in comparison to a person who is older and elderly. Second thing is that two persons of the same age may not have same immunity or fighting ability against the virus. So those persons who are having lesser amount of ability to fight with the virus will die earlier than a person who is having a robust immunity or who has a ability to fight with the virus. And third, all of us know, if elderly people, especially those who are more than 65 years, those who are suffering from diabetes, those who are suffering from hypertension, chronic kidney disease, they are likely to have severe complication and chance of death in that category of people is higher.
Okay. So how to make our immunity strong, because the immunity is very important to fight against the coronavirus. So as a layperson, as a common man, how can we make our immunity strong?
Now, this is a very common question. I'm a pediatrician, I'm a child specialist, and a lot of parents visit my clinic every day, and they are really concerned about the immunity or building a better immunity for their children. To be precise, building immunity doesn't require any medication every day. You need not take any vitamin syrup, vitamin tablet, zinc, etc., which is going on around the market that they are very beneficial and people are buying and taking themselves and giving to their children as well. What is more important is a healthy lifestyle. Having a good sleep at night builds immunity. Being late night reduces your ability of the body to fight with the germs. Second thing, it's a healthy habits like playing some game or activity or exercise for the elderly is important to build the immunity. And third is a healthy diet, drinking a lot of water. Second, eating fresh fruits, especially the citrus fruits, and taking a lot of green vegetables. Not only eating rice and meat or chicken or egg, what these nowadays these children are doing. Taking a balanced diet, that is the cereals, fruits, pulses, as well as green leafy vegetables. So these are essential pillars for building a good immunity in the children as well as in the adults. And definitely exercise has a paramount role and reduction in the fat content of the body. That is, obesity is a negative marker for having a severe coronavirus infection.
Okay, so now the basic question is that, sir, that what is the difference between the cough and cold and the corona? Because the symptoms are more or less same. So as per like in a child also, maximum majority of childs are they suffer from cough and cold. So how to rectify basic? What is the basic difference between these two?
Well, there are very difficult clinical parameters which can differentiate coronavirus infection and general cough and cold and fever. It is really difficult to differentiate clinically a coronavirus and simple flu because both of them have the similar set of symptoms. One is your fever, sore throat, and cough and cold. Now, if the child is suffering from severe respiratory distress or the child is having difficulty in respiration, or in the clinic, doctor's clinic, if the doctor measures that the oxygen level is less, or there are some patches in the chest x-ray, and if the child is having downhill course, that means from the onset of the fever, within 2 to 3 days, the child is having a very bad pneumonia, difficulty in breathing, and similar symptoms are happening in the family members, then definitely we have to suspect coronavirus infection.
Okay.
But clinically, it is not so easy to differentiate a general flu from coronavirus infection because there are a lot of similarities in their presentation.
Okay. So the basic advice is that if somebody is having cough and cold also, and if there is difficulty in the respiratory system in taking breathing and all, then you should consult with the doctor immediately because the doctor is the person who will guide you
Absolutely.
properly at that time. Why coronavirus is much more dangerous for obese people? Why it is more dangerous for these kind of people?
Obesity is an inflammatory state. That means if you are obese, if you are having severe overweight, you are having much higher body weight in consideration to your height and as well as in consideration your age also.
Mm-hmm.
And obesity reduces the body immunity in general mass. So if you are obese, then the chance of having a severe disease in yourself is definitely higher than a person who is having a normal body mass index, having a normal body weight in respect to his height and age as well. So obesity itself is a risk factor for having a serious disease who is suffering from coronavirus infection.
Okay. So that means that they have to maintain, they have to focusing on their balancing their weight. That's much more important, right?
No, that is not so easy because the coronavirus infection is happening for last 3 to 4 months. Now, reduction of your weight within a span of few days or months, it's not so easy. So, having a healthy lifestyle, healthy eating habits, and definitely a balanced diet may help you in reduction of your weight. And doing some form of exercise every day will definitely help in your fighting with coronavirus infection.
Okay. So they can do exercise at their home, basic exercises like walking, jogging, all these kind of exercises are mandatory basically, right?
Yeah,
Okay. And
and also yoga.
okay, and the yoga is also very recommended. Okay. For the
Yes,
child also, the child is
very much.
okay. There is a very, like unawareness about the mask also. Like people are having different kind of thoughts that what kind, how to wear their mask properly. So exactly how to wear our mask properly.
Now, basically, those who are going outside, there are a lot of masks that are available in the market. One is your cloth mask, one is your triple layer mask, the other is N95, N99 mask. All these things are there. For going out casually to the market or like that, cloth mask is okay. But if you go into a very crowded place, it is better to have a triple layer mask. N95 is not necessary for the general population. Triple layer mask earlier 1 month back was pretty costly. Now it is available 3 rupees, 4 rupees per mask. It is definitely better than a simple cloth mask. But people are buying N95, N99 mask with 150 rupees or 250 rupees per mask, which is not at all necessary for a general population or the general people who are going to the office or going to the market or going outside their home. N95 is basically required by the persons who are handling coronavirus patients.
Okay.
So it is better if you can wear a triple layer mask. If it is not available, then at least you should wear a cloth mask. But cloth mask is definitely inferior than triple layer mask. But if you don't have anything, at least cover your face. That will reduce some amount of to some extent the chance of infection. But going without mask is certainly not advisable.
Not at all. So it's very risky. So do not go without the mask at all. If you're not having anything, at least wear a cloth mask. And as per Dr. Subhasiso has advised, have a triple layer mask. That is more advisable and more
Yes.
appropriate. Okay.
Especially if you are going to a crowded place, it is better to have a triple layer mask. Now there is no lockdown, so people have to travel in crowded bus or some public vehicle or in the office where
Right.
there
Right.
is not much of social distancing is possible. Then definitely triple layer mask is advisable.
Okay, okay. Now the very important question is that we all are going for the grocery shop and all, right? How to shop groceries safely? That is much more important.
This is a very difficult advice to for giving to the general population. One is don't stand very close to the other person.
Okay.
That is a very basic thing. That is a social or physical distancing. I will not use the term social distancing. It is basically physical distancing. So don't stand close to any person. Stand at least 3 to 6 feet away from the person in front of you. This is number one. Number two, it is better to carry a bag from your home than carrying something from the grocery shop, because
Okay.
that has been handled by the grocery shop owner. So if you carry a bag which has been properly sanitized by you and you have a confidence on that bag has not been handled by many other person, then it is definitely safer. And third thing is that after bringing those grocery items in your home, if possible, if it is possible, you cannot clean the rice or dal. You need not clean the rice or dal because that will be boiled.
Right, right.
But something which is on a plastic container, if you can just rub the outer surface of the plastic container with a sanitizer,
Okay.
it is better. Or if you are carrying something in a box carton, and if it is possible to keep that carton 6 to 10 hours in the scorching sun, that also reduces the chance of transmission.
Okay.
So if you can, you just wipe the outer surface of the things that will be included inside your home. Then if you can sanitize the outer surface.
Okay. Suppose many people they have got this cloth bag and all. So what is advisable? They should wash the cloth bag because it cannot
Now,
be sanitized properly.
yeah, it is a cloth bag, then it is very much possible to wash it in a warm water
Okay,
or
warm
hot
water.
water, and that is the best thing to do.
Okay, that is
So
very
in spite of taking a bag from the grocery shop, it is better to carry your cloth bag. Returning home, you just wash it with hot water.
with the hot water. Okay, that's more important because you have to wash with the warm water or hot water. Do not just wash with the cold water. Okay.
No, it is hot water with soap. It is the best thing to do.
Okay. How we can clean or we can because we cannot sanitize our fruits and vegetables. So how to
No,
clean those?
that is not possible. One thing is that nowadays some fruit vegetable sanitizer machines are available, so you can use that, but that is a very costly. I am not saying about that, but one thing you can do, you can dip the vegetables and this fruits
Fruits.
in lukewarm water for some time,
Okay.
if possible, if possible, or just wash it with a running tap water very carefully. That
Oh,
much you can do. Otherwise, you don't have any other option to do that.
okay. Okay. But that is more advisable because many people are just coming and just using the vegetables. So before using it, please wash it either with the lukewarm
The,
water or the running.
earlier, we used to clean these vegetables with a solution of potassium permanganate.
Okay.
But what is the benefit of potassium permanganate on coronavirus? I do not know, because there is no documentation on that.
On that.
So at least, if possible, wash with a warm water. If possible, wash the outer surface of the vegetables
Mm-hmm.
and the fruits with a warm water. That will reduce the chance of transmission with the virus.
Okay. Okay. Are pregnant ladies are a high risk for the coronavirus?
Definitely, pregnancy is a high risk state. So if the pregnant woman contracts coronavirus, then definitely the disease will be much more severe than a lady who is non-pregnant. So pregnant ladies should take a double precaution, or until and unless it is extremely necessary, they should not go out.
Okay.
And those who are the other family members of their family, of that family, they should take utmost precaution not to transmit the virus while they are coming out uh, from their home.
Okay. Okay. And how to keep the newborn baby safe and protected?
So, newborn babies are not going outside. They are not going to the market or traveling in the bus or train.
Right.
So newborn babies do not have any extra risk factor. But only thing is that the parents should be extremely careful. If they are going outside home while returning, they should remove all the clothes. It is better to take a shower in
Okay.
warm water with soap and then touch the baby.
Baby. Okay. Be-
Because if the parents are taking or the caregiver is taking proper precaution, then only the baby will be saved. Because the baby is not reading outside, going out of the home. So it is the parents whose duty is to take utmost precaution.
I got it. The most important thing is that before touching the baby, we should be properly cleaned. Like, like if we are going out.
Absolutely.
So,
You clean
because,
you and amongst all the things, clean your hands up to the elbow and
okay.
wash it with warm water and or soap water.
Okay, I got it. Because this is very important because I've seen many parents are there, they're going out, and when they're coming back, they're just cleaning their hand with the wash, and like normally, like only the palm, people are washing only the palm. They are, but you are advising
No,
they
you
should
should,
wash till the
yeah,
elbow.
you should wash up to the elbow.
That is more important. Okay. Now, a very important question is that, like, many child who are like 2 months old, right? 2 or 3 months old, and they want to have their vaccine. So, it is advisable to take the doctor for the vaccine, or they should wait for the vaccine.
No, in the primary vaccination, those children who are below 1 year, their vaccine should not wait.
Okay.
And in fact, for last 3 to 4 days or last 1 week, the government has also started the mass vaccination. So if the parents are visiting any private clinic, they should definitely take a 2 or 3 or 4 months old child to the private clinic, and it is the duty of the doctor as well as of the parents to take care so that the baby remains safe. But we should not defer the vaccination sessions indefinitely. Coronavirus is not going to go away from our country in next 15 days or 1 month. So how long you can defer the vaccination? So you have to go. Those children who are below 2 years, their vaccination schedule should be in a proper way and as per the proper schedule.
Okay, because like there is a rumor in the market, in the WhatsApp and all the messages are coming that do not take the children outside for the vaccination. You can hold the vaccination. All these kind of things are coming up. So that
No,
is
those
why.
those those children who are above 2 years and they are in a containment zone or they are in a very risky proposition going to the doctor's clinic. Mind if the children are more than 2 years, then they can wait. But those children who are below 2 years and especially below 1 year, their vaccination session must be completed in time.
Okay, okay. So after like getting over all these stuffs and all, will there be any risk of this disease in the future?
Who can say? Very difficult to comment because the flu, which started in 1919, 100 years back, the Spanish flu, which killed more than 30 million people globally, and it ravaged the whole globe for 2 years. Though we have a better medical facility nowadays, better vaccination development facility nowadays, but again, it is impossible to predict what is going to happen in next few years. And most likely we have to learn to live with coronavirus. So
Okay.
wearing a mask, washing your hands, that will stay for years to come.
How to sanitize our home or office kind of place?
Now it depends how much risk and how much people are coming, how much risk involvement is there in your office. Because in the office place, like in my clinic, plenty of people are coming, plenty of parents are coming with their children. So there is a risk involvement. that the parents who are sneezing or touching something, the chance of spreading the virus to the other persons who are coming in that clinic is definitely there. So I have to take utmost care so far as the sanitization of the clinic. In the office space also, you have to do the same thing. And the best solution to sanitize the floor and the door knobs or the tabletop, they are 1% hypochlorite solution. You can spray and clean with a cloth, and you can mop the floor with 1% hypochlorite solution.
Okay. And same goes for the home also, because like, see, many people are not coming in the
No,
home.
in the home you can clean the floor with hypochlorite solution or with Lysol.
Oh, always Lysol. Okay. Okay. Are these smokers and this tobacco consumer people, are they at high risk?
In fact, I have heard that tobacco reduces the chance of severe coronavirus infection. But again, I have never cross-checked their actual whether that is true or not. But smoking always increases the chance of any lung disease. So smoking is definitely should be considered as a risk factor for severe disease. So one should stop smoking at least for the fear of coronavirus. That will help the person to have a better life in the coming days.
Coming days. Okay. How much physical activity is recommended?
So there is no such yardstick, but at least 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. That's good enough.
What kind of surface coronavirus can attract easily?
The most commonly is the plastic and the metals or the things that we use. Glass surface is also contain the coronavirus for a few hours or few days, but it depends on the ambient temperature and the humidity. If the temperature is more and the humidity is less, the virus will die earlier.
Okay.
So plastic is a very important thing, as
Things
well
to
as glass
avoid.
surface, as well as metals.
Okay. These three things should be avoided, especially the plastics, because like plastic has become a very a regular life, but try to avoid plastic
Yeah,
as much as you
but
can.
yeah. That's why I'm saying to whenever you are going to market, it is better to carry your cloth bag from your home.
Okay. How long is the period between the infection and the appearance of the symptoms?
It is approximately 14 days, 2 weeks, but it
Okay.
can be maximum up to 3 weeks.
Okay.
But
Maximize to
normally,
21 days.
normally by 14 days, if there are some asymptomatic carriers, but normally by 14 days the symptoms appear.
Okay. Is it safe to donate blood in this time?
Of course, is if the place and the organization who are arranging this blood donation camp taking proper sanitization measures and physical distancing properly, then definitely we should donate blood, because the requirement of blood for those children and the adults who are having some problems which require blood transfusion is not going down due to the coronavirus. So there is a severe shortage of blood in the blood banks. So we should not hesitate to donate blood if proper care has been taken.
Okay. What is the difference between self quarantine, self isolation, and distancing?
Distancing is something keeping a distance from someone, uh, or physical distancing, that is minimum 6 feet distance should be kept when someone is talking with the other. Like in my clinic, I have removed the chairs because I have I have requested the parents to stand at least 6 feet away from my table.
Okay.
So that will keep myself safe, as well as the parents will be safe from my side as well. So the chance of contracting virus from me is also less. Now, self quarantine is if you are having symptom or if you have been tested positive with coronavirus test, but if you are having no symptom whatsoever, then you can stay at your home, isolated in a separate room, isolated from your family members as well. Nobody should enter in your room
Okay.
until and unless it is really dire necessary. That is a self quarantine or self isolation. But it is very difficult in our country. in your someone's home, it is very difficult to get one room dedicated for one person. It is not so easy.
Thank you so much, Dr. Subhashish Roy, for your valuable time that you came in our show and like you have shared the knowledge, which is really very valuable for everyone because the people are really unaware. They are scared only because of the unawareness. So, really, I'm really grateful to you that you have given your valuable time and valuable knowledge through which it is really easier
Thank,
to understand how to tackle with this situation right now. Thank you so much for coming in Living Healthy 24.
thank you so much. I really enjoyed the time with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.